And we are live. I am so excited to welcome Kavita Ahuja today from Power Purpose Play. And we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics, and that is reinventing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And within the context of entrepreneurship, and I heard this phrase in the New York Times not too long ago that there are all these millennials starting businesses as YOLO entrepreneurs, saying you only live once, so what the heck? We're gonna give this a try. But nobody's been really talking about midlife entrepreneurs. And that's my special focus, since I am a midlife entrepreneur, and you are too, Kavita.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy to have you here. And first, I want to just share a report, breaking news. It's an angel investor report from 2021. And they did this huge study about angel investing. And they looked at the question that does founder age impact return on investment? And they found that, unlike the commonly held belief that young entrepreneurs have the most success, they found that a 50-year-old founder is 1.8 times more likely to achieve upper tail growth than a 30-year-old founder. Founders in their early 20s have the lowest likelihood of successful exit or creating 1 in 1,000 top growth firms. So, yay us.
Awesome. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. So,
that's very motivating.
This isn't segmented into, different kind of founders. And I know that women founders are the top growing sector. And so my whole goal, as you know, is to help female founders, and especially midlife female founders, excel and grow. But I want to challenge you, and we can learn from you in our limited time here. So we're talking about, you only live once. So why reinvent yourself now? That's my first question to you. So what did you find in your experience? And I know you were, tell us a little bit about your background.
Yes. Well, thank you, first of all, Rebecca, for having me here. It's such a pleasure and honor to be on your little live here. And it's always great to speak with women who are in the same kind of field and wavelength and wanting to motivate other women. So
Yes.
Absolutely. That's my spiel. That's why I created Power Purpose Play, is to motivate women in midlife to do anything that they are capable of doing, and to realize that they are enough and they have so much to offer in this world.
True. Yes.
And why, you asked me why midlife, and I think your the study that you just stated, it says everything, because we are at this stage, we're at a unique stage in our life where we not only have accumulated all the experiences that we have, we've got the skills, we've got the education, we've got the support system, but we also have the passion, and we also are at the stage of life where we can look back and say, hey, what did I used to love when I was a kid? Can I bring that back into what I'm doing now? Or or hey, what do I value now, which is different from before?
Exactly.
Our changing values are changing. Also, what am I really good at? Because oftentimes we're in a career perhaps that is, serving us well, maybe comfortable, which is what happened to me. I was in the corporate world for over 25 years in the pharmaceutical industry, which was great. From the outside, everything was fine. Everything was just fine, but it didn't utilize all my skills. It wasn't as fulfilling as it could have been. And I felt like there was more. There was a little voice in me that said, there's more there. And I think that's why I created Power Purpose Play, and why I went into entrepreneurship, is because I feel that a lot of women, it's very common. I've interviewed 50 women in a podcast. It's like there's that common thing where there's a little voice inside of you that says there's something more, and what is it? And let's figure that out. So I don't know if that answered your question, but
absolutely, yes. The question becomes, why leave something known and lucrative for something unknown and risky? And I think what I'm hearing you say, which we share, and which is why I'm so excited to have you here, is that the purpose of what you're doing in utilizing all your gifts and your talents and your accumulated knowledge and experience and network is, and the purpose of whatever it is that you're trying, whatever solution you're trying to solve, is bigger than your fear, terror, anxiety about starting your own business. So hopefully
Yes.
that can help you
Well,
overcome some of those hesitations. And also, as we were having a conversation offline, those well-intentioned, partners, friends, colleagues that don't understand why you would leave, a traditional job to start your own thing.
yes. Well, definitely, it's a scary thing. It's not something that it's not for everyone either. I mean, some people, they're happy with what the comfort that the comfort of their job or their career. But I think if you stay in your comfort zone, and if you listen to those voices, that either internal or external voices that stop you and say, no, you can't do this for one reason or the other, that maybe I'm not qualified, I'm not, I'm too old, I can't do this anymore, or why would you do that? Because everything seems perfect.
Yeah.
If you listen to those voices, then you're going to stay in your comfort zone, and you're not going to go into your growth zone. And by going into your growth zone, you're not only helping yourself in terms of increasing your own confidence, but you're also influencing others and motivating others, which is the intention.
I had a client say something the other day describing why she was bringing her business to the next level, and she said, "I want to know what I'm capable of."
Mm-hmm.
And that resonated with me so much. I had to write it down because I'm like, yes, that's what we're all doing. Like, yeah, I could do what I was doing, but I want to try this. And you know what? It may or may not work, but I am going to speak about it, what I'm creating. I'm going to define it, and then I'm going to design it and continually tweak it so that it grows. So, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, we don't know what we're capable of until we try it, right? I mean, if you can look at the sidelines, but you have to actually jump in.
Yes.
And
right.
Yeah.
So I think our takeaway from this conversation is, if you're somebody that's considering reinventing yourself in any way, to take a really listen to that inner voice and to your experience, and explore it. And if you're thinking of starting a business, that there are, this is the time. This is the time that you're more likely to have success because of the people that you surround yourself with, from your experience. And there are people like Kavita and myself to help support you, right?
Absolutely.
Network of people. So if we were to kind of wrap up, like if you had one key bit of advice to anybody who's listening, who has either started their own business or they're thinking of starting their business, what would it be?
I would say go for it. I mean, I always say, if not now, when, right?
Yes.
And the reason I say that is because we don't want to look back, in 20, 30 years and look back at our life and say, what if I had done this? What if I had done this? And regret it, because it's not easy, definitely not easy, but it's something that will, like we talked about earlier, when you step into the outside of your comfort zone and into your growth zone, you gain the confidence. And it's amazing what things, when you exude that positive energy, it's amazing what comes back to you in terms of the opportunities that come up with you,
Yes.
come your way. So I would say, if you have something that you really feel that you haven't done yet, or that you have to contribute to the world, and that you would be able to help people.
Yep.
If there's that little something, listen to it, and start the process. It doesn't mean you have to leave your job completely right away. You can start something on the side.
Yes.
You can explore that and see where it goes. And the other thing is, it may not happen all at once. But if you have the proper intentions and the positive intentions, and you really believe that you're helping people, then things will come your way, and it will be just fine. And just remember that you are enough as well. And it's if you don't take the leap, however, then you're never going to know.
Exactly. I had this conversation with multiple clients in the past few weeks about this, that if they've hit a plateau, or if they're at this moment when they're trying to decide, one of the options is to continue doing what you're doing. And if you continue doing what you're doing, nothing's going to change.
Exactly.
So you have to be willing to listen to that small voice and make the changes that are super uncomfortable because you've never done them before. And I guess that would be my bit of advice would be, get comfortable being uncomfortable and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations.
Yes.
And then relax and enjoy the ride.
Yes, exactly. Well, just as an example, Rebecca, I would never have thought when I started this that I would have published 50 podcasts. I never would have thought that. But then if I think about what I always wanted to be, I always wanted to be a reporter.
There you go.
Right. And somehow life kind of turns its way. And here you are doing, that's what I'm saying about looking at the little trails along your life, and what did you do?
Yes.
What do you love to do? And bring that as much as you can into what you're doing now, because it just creates so much excitement and so much, you get so fulfilled by doing it.
Super good example. And I never would have dreamed that I'd be doing live streams a couple of years ago. That would have terrified me entirely, but they're actually really fun because they're conversations. They're real. They're not scripted. They're just two people having a genuine conversation and sharing it with our network. And hopefully my goal in this Founders Focus today is just to encourage even one person. If you and I can encourage one founder or potential founder, then we've done our job. So thank you so much, Kavita. I will share in the comments, I'll share ways that people can get in touch with you, but just help us tell us your URL.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Yes, I am at powerpurposeplay.ca. I am also a personal life transition coach, and I also have a program coming up called It's My Time Now. It's a group coaching program, which really helps. It's a step-by-step process of how to rediscover yourself in midlife, and that's coming up on March 22nd. So if anybody wants any information, I'm happy to.
Awesome.
Yes.
And I hope you can come to our next Founders Test Kitchen, which will be on the 17th, and we'll be featuring Allison Byers of Scroobius, who has a platform to connect founders, underrepresented founders, and angel investors. So
that sounds great.
Join us.
I'll try and be there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was great to be here.
All right. Take care. Have a great day.
You too.